According to the CDC, high sodium consumption can raise blood pressure, and high blood pressure is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. Most of the sodium we consume is in the form of salt. The CDC further states that the average daily sodium intake for Americans 2 years old or older is more than 3,400 milligrams. In contrast, people should really only be taking in less than 1,500 to 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day. In this video, you'll learn about 3 low sodium, salt-free seasonings so that you can remove salt from your diet. The first seasoning on our list is sumac. Sumac is a spice and comes from a type of flowering plant. It is derived from the dried and ground berries of a sumac plant. What makes sumac unique is that by itself, it tastes tangy, almost like a mild lemon flavor. It definitely has some type of citrus flavor to it. It's usually in the form of a somewhat coarse powder, and its appearance is a deep red, reddish purple, or crimson color. Sumac is commonly used in Middle Eastern cuisine. It's best to use on a dish you are about to serve. In other words, you can use it on any dish where you would normally use a salt shaker to add salt or squeeze fresh lemon juice onto. In particular, you can use sumac in salads or any type of rice dish. Sumac is probably more appropriate for lunch meals or dinner meals. For example, I like to sprinkle it liberally on top of my rice and beans dishes. Compared to salt, which has 2,300 milligrams of sodium in 1 teaspoon, sumac has only 77 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. You can find sumac in any grocery store spice aisle, online like Amazon, or some local providers like from a farmer's market. One thing to watch out for when buying sumac is make sure to avoid sumac that has added salt to it. Next on our list is the Kirkland Signature Organic No Salt Seasoning. It is a spice blend made of over 20 different spices. One of its selling features is that it's certified organic. In other words, it is produced without the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, or other artificial agents. You can basically use this seasoning on almost any type of dish or recipe. It is quite a versatile seasoning, and I like to use it particularly on meals involving rice, potatoes, vegetables, and soups. You can also use this seasoning in place of salt for many recipes. Compared to salt, which has 2,300 milligrams of sodium in 1 teaspoon, this no salt seasoning has only 8 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. You can get this seasoning at Costco or online at Amazon. What's your favorite salt alternative? Comment below and let me know. The last item on our list is Mrs. Dash. The company behind Mrs. Dash specializes in making salt-free seasoning products. What makes Mrs. Dash special is that they cater their products towards people especially concerned about lowering their sodium consumption. Mrs. Dash has 9 kinds of seasoning blends in their lineup, but I'm particularly fond of their garlic and herb blend and their original blend. Mrs. Dash is a super versatile seasoning, and you can use them on salads, vegetables, soups, and more. You can either cook with it or add it to a dish just before serving. Compared to salt, which has 2,300 milligrams of sodium in 1 teaspoon, all Mrs. Dash spice blends have 0 milligrams of sodium. You can find Mrs. Dash in any grocery store spice aisle or online like Amazon. If you'd like some help on adopting a whole food plant-based diet, feel free to email me and let's start a conversation. It's in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, be sure to subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time.